Hello YouTube, welcome to my new channel, the Noob Cyclist. I am Savona and I'll be your one and only host on this channel. So on this channel I'm going to be documenting my process of getting more involved into cycling, getting different gear that I might work or might not work for me. I'm going to be testing out different products and give you some little reviews here and there whenever possible, whenever I get my hands on different equipments and devices. I am very excited about that, and I hope you take something out of my videos. So today I'm going to be talking about why I got into cycling, what kind of bike I'm going to be ordering, and also just the basic ordering process and making the decisions of picking the right bike for myself, and what criteria I had and what I ended up purchasing. So let's get into it. Okay, so why did I start cycling again? So at some point in the past, I think around 4 or 5 years, I used to cycle pretty much regularly. I used to commute from time to time to work on my bike because I used to live really close to my job. But once I started working at a distant place where I had to drive for 20-30 minutes, I kind of put my old hybrid city bike to the side, which was pretty heavy, by the way, and kind of walked away from it. But as you can know, we're living in hard times right now. Everybody is locked up at home in quarantine because of COVID-19, and as I am myself, and I decided to get back into it. I dusted off my old bike. It was stuck in the shed somewhere, looped it up, and was working fine and dandy. But I wanted to get more into it and get more out of the bike, and it was giving me problems. It was pretty heavy to begin with, and I gained a little bit of weight, so that didn't help. And going up hills was it was a very daunting task, and I bonked a few times. I had to push my bike. So I've decided, what, enough is enough. Let me just get a proper bike and do this thing. The second reason is obviously fitness. So as I've mentioned, I gained a little bit of weight, so I wanted to have some fun way of exercising, and I know for a fact that cycling is very effective in that regard, and I happen to enjoy it. I happen to enjoy going really fast downhill, and even though it's a hard thing, I do enjoy getting up a hill and making it up top, even though I am dying inside. So I thought, what, I'm just gonna get my thing together and buy a proper road bike. So after deciding to start cycling again and deciding to purchase a proper road bike, I put down 4 different criteria that need to be fulfilled on my new road bike. And the first one is it had to be a carbon fiber frame. As I've said, my existing bike was pretty heavy and I didn't enjoy that. The second criteria is it has to have disc brakes. Now, a lot of people like rim brakes, and I know they look pretty cool and very clean, but I happen to like disc brakes because my old bike was a disc brake bike, and it has never failed me. It always has been very reliable, especially going downhill, and I wanted my bike to have disc brakes. Third criteria is it had to have a Shimano group set. I know SRAM is a very reputable brand, and you have different Campagnolo and all those other group sets. I decided to stick with the group set that I know and not experiment with new ones, because I'm just getting started and I don't want too many new variables to my endeavor. So the fourth and the most important criteria I had was the bike had to be reasonably priced. And you know that I cannot emphasize that enough, because these are tough times and I don't want to drop 3-4 grand on a bike. I wanted something that comes as cheap as possible but has good quality. That's why I decided to look somewhere between the 900 and 1200 range. I don't want to go over that range because I wanted to get a cycling computer as well, so I don't want to inflate my prices over like the 15 to 2000 range. By the time I get all the different accessories, that price is inflated, and I might as well just get a really fancy bike and get to it. So before I decided to buy a road bike, I was actually planning to build one. But once I started putting in the carbon fiber frame and a Tiagra group set, the price of the whole thing went up to like around 800-900, and that kind of deterred me from building my own bike. So I continued searching, and because I was looking at different components, I guess since Google tracks your search history, and that is used to market for you, I got 2 suggestions for from 2 different companies on my Facebook feed and also my Instagram feed. I don't know which one I got from which, but I know I got both from one of these platforms. But anyway, so the choices came down to Rebel Cycles and Frame Bikes, and they both had very attractive offers for a carbon frame road bike with a Shimano group set and disc brake, and a very good price. So the first option was the R872 disc from Rebel Cycles. Rebel Cycles is a very reputable company and based out of the UK, and they do have, I believe, racing teams, road racing teams and things like that, and they've been around for a very, very long time, much longer than I've been alive, and they're pretty nice company with a pretty nice product. And I was looking at this one at the time I looked at it. I think it was 2-3 weeks ago. This thing was going for 1100. Now it went up to 1247, but still a good deal. It has pretty much everything that I needed from a bike, but then the price was like around 1200, around 1150 or something like that, and it was getting really close to my price threshold. But I kept looking. I almost ordered this, but I was just like, let me hold off and wait until I find the right one, or if not, I was gonna come get it. But while I was waiting, I ran into this company, which is Frame Bikes. Now, this is a company based out of Minnesota. I don't know if they build the bikes here, or if they have if they design the bikes and have them built elsewhere, but I know it takes a good amount of time to get it built, especially with the whole COVID-19 thing, shipments being delayed and stuff. So I decided to go with this company. So Frame Bikes is mainly known for their fat bikes and their BMXs. So they have a pretty decent lineup of fat bikes, and a decent lineup of BMXs. That's you know, if you go online searching for reviews, that's all you're gonna be getting. Anyway, I decided to look at their road bike lineup, and they had a few. The first one that caught my eye was this bike, which is the Ghent road bike. I don't know, I just thought it was a very beautiful bike, but it didn't have disc brakes, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna push off. And I started looking at the Mallorca, and everything came down to between the Mallorca and the Savona. And ultimately, I chose the Savona because the price was the same. You know, everything looked pretty much exactly the same. I don't know, maybe there are some dimension differences, but that didn't really matter to me. So I just went with the Savona, or Savona. I don't know, Savona. That's how I'm gonna be pronouncing it. But anyway, so this bike had pretty much everything that I need. This is they only had the Tiagra. Actually, I wanted to up it to Shimano 105 and pay a little bit more extra, but they didn't have that at the time. So right now it's all sold out, so great. Good thing I bought it in time. So pretty much I went with the alloy wheels. At the time they had the carbon wheel option, but that was like $300-400 more, and I was not going to pay that much for a carbon wheel. Plus that wasn't really what I wanted, so that wasn't really in my criteria, so I decided not to go through with that, and I went through with this. And the purchase process was pretty smooth. You just add it to your cart, and they give you an option to assemble everything, I think 99% of it for you, but I just, you know, I can do most of that stuff myself and not pay an extra $100, so I just decided not to get the assembly option. I just got the frame, and hopefully it gets here within the next few weeks. Granted, you know, this is again COVID-19 era, so you know, shipments and stuff arrive pretty late, so still waiting patiently for it to arrive. So thank you very much for watching this video. Please like, share, and subscribe. It would help me out a lot. I'm just getting started, and you know, I want to get to that 1,000 subscriber range. I will definitely be making an unboxing and a build video as soon as my bike gets here, and I do appreciate y'all for sticking to the end and watching this video. I appreciate y'all. Stay safe, keep cycling, and be cool. Bye.